Okay. And also Nick wasn't here, so I probably should have looked for that. Hold on one second while we wait for Mr. Ochipinti. Are you on, Nick? There we go. So now calling the meeting order at 7:09. Can I get a roll call, Ms. Bell?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Mr. Ochipinti?
Here.
Mr. Lee?
Here.
Mrs. Garrett?
Present.
Ms. Tejada?
Here.
And Ms. Salahuddin?
Here. And we're also joined by Trustees Kleinfeld, Trustee Garcia, Trustee Herr, and Trustee Abusaria. Thanks for joining, guys. It's nice to see you all. So I am skipping over the pledge because everything that recently happened, especially with the decision of Breonna Taylor, it has become quite obvious that this mayor, this country is not pledging allegiance to me or people that look like me, Black or brown bodies. And so until that happens, I am going to not pledge my allegiance to the country, especially when we're looking at the last part of the allegiance that says justice for all. I'm waiting for that day. I'm waiting for that day. So moving on to report on closed session. I have nothing to report. Can I get approval, unless someone wants to pull anything on consent, approval of, or a motion to approve consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Aye. Do we have any public comments?
Sorry, I did not
No.
have any public comments tonight. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, it's all right.
I got card. I'm sorry. Yes, no public comments for tonight. Sorry.
That's all right. You had one job.
And I
but, I'm gonna
failed.
bring
I
it up.
failed. I'm sorry.
No worries. Moving on to
That never
action
happened when I
item.
was clerk.
I'm still learning.
But Bond Oversight Committee, turning it over to Ms. Van Raphorst.
Thank you, President Salahuddin. Good evening, everyone. It has been a difficult challenge for us to recruit our Bond Oversight Committee. We've been working on this, well, mostly Stephanie has been working on this for over a year. We finally have a group of people who are willing to serve, and so it comes before you tonight to approve this list of volunteers to serve as our Citizens Bond Oversight Committee. And Stephanie Phillips, our Director of Construction, is here in case you have any questions, but we're hoping you will approve them tonight.
No, any questions from anyone? Opening it up.
I'm just grateful we have people who want to step up. This is really, it's good to see. I know a couple of them and they're good folks.
Yes. Thank you so much for the hard work in recruiting, folks. I know it's not the most attractive job to try to get people to join. So I'm glad that we have it, because transparency and oversight is important, especially we've been able to really rely on our community. And so we want to let them know that we are living up to the trust that they put into us. So thank you for doing the work. So unless anyone has any questions or any other comments. Oh, all right, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Fantastic. Moving on to education services, the learning continuity and attendance plan. Ms. Baca.
Good evening, President Salahuddin. Good evening, members of the board. Before you is the learning continuity and attendance plan, which replaces the other LCAP, local control and accountability plan, for this school year. The plan includes addressing gaps in learning, conducting meaningful stakeholder engagement, maintaining transparency, addressing the needs of unduplicated pupils, students with unique needs, and students experiencing homelessness. It also includes providing access of necessary devices and connectivity for distance learning, providing resources and supports to address students and staff mental health and social emotional well-being as well. It is the administration's recommendation that the board approve this learning continuity and attendance plan.
All right, thank you so much. Any questions? Comments?
I just want to say, I'm just grateful again to Ms. Baca and her team for all the work that's put in, and also for the constant communication, so that none of this is a surprise, that we're familiar with it. And so makes this tonight very easy to do. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I know the LCAP 1 was a lot. So LCAP 2 in the middle of all this, you know, I mean, it's really hard for me to continue to understand how the state doesn't understand that we're already stretched a little thin, and that they don't really give us a lot of money to focus funding on administration, but they continue to hand out so much busy work. And it's yet to show that it helps with any sort of policy change at the district site level. It's just more work that we have to kind of plow through. So thank you so much for not just doing the work, but really embracing the intent always behind the work, which you would have done regardless of you had to do the LCAP or not. But I always feel like the spirit in which they wish everyone would embrace these different LCAP versions is what you always do. So thank you so much. It's very rare. And I always show your work off when I go around to the state. People are always impressed. I'm like, yeah, is that what your person does? Look at what my person does. Look at this. Look at this. And it's always a thing of beauty. And then where people are always jealous. So with that, is there a motion?
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Fantastic. Opening it up for consideration of any future agenda items. Are there any items that we want to add to a future agenda? Okay. And now moving on to adjournment. So we're adjourning our meeting tonight in honor of 3 people, all who are JUHSD alumni. The first one is Danny Marinero, excuse me, who was an alumni of Jefferson High School class of 2016. He was a bright spark in this world and will be deeply missed. He touched the lives of so many, and again, he will be missed. Elizabeth Ellie Morales was a student of Jefferson School and also graduated, was an alum of Thornton High School. Ellie was an avid believer in making all the people around her extremely happy and filled with joy, even if her cup of happiness was running on empty. A truly amazing individual, Ellie would always actively listen to anything you had to say and help you process your thoughts and emotions. She was an advocate for creating a better world that we could all live in, and always fought for others' rights. If you knew her, you'd know that her laughter was contagious. She would get an entire room to laugh with her. Music and creating art were a significant part of her life. As soon as she found new music or showed you a drawing she made, the look on her face was such a sight for sore eyes. She made everyone feel a sense of calmness when she entered the room, as she would stretch you in her arms and make you feel accepted just as you were, as your authentic self. Ellie will be missed. And just personally, I know this to be true because she did that for my daughter, Ananda, when she first started at Thornton and graduated in the class together. So I'm extremely grateful for everything she did for my daughter. She was a really great person. And so Juan Carlos Callan, Amaya was a student of Westmore High School and an alumni of Thornton High School. So I just want to say to all the families and the parents that the biggest tragedy on earth is to outlive your children. And I can't imagine what these families are going through right now, and our hearts go out to all of them. We hate to lose any of our students. And so if they're watching, anything that we can do as a district to help support you, we're all here for you, that, you know, they're all still part of the JUHSD family. So we, the entire board, send our condolences to all 3 families, friends, and their loved ones. And with that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone, for a great morning. was really quick. So everybody can go back to the debate. Have a good one.
All right, see you Saturday.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.